welcome back to my channel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizal Fiana from Chemistry Study Program, Faculty of Science and Technology, Islamic University of Raden Fatah, Palembang. Okay, in this section, I will explain about activities and reaction equilibrium, activities and electrolytic solutions, the Debye-Hückel theory of the structure of dilute ionic solution, and equilibria in ionic solution. Okay, let's do the video. Activities and reaction equilibrium. If a chemical reaction takes place in a non-ideal solution, the chemical potential in the form given must be used in the equation of reaction equilibrium. The practical system is more commonly used. The condition of equilibrium becomes from this formula and from delta G equal min RT ln Ka, where delta G is the standard Gibbs energy change and Ka is the proper quotient of equilibrium activities. Since delta G is a function only of temperature and pressure, Ka is a function only of temperature and pressure, and is independent of the composition. Since each activity has the form A1 equal YIMY, we can write Ka equal KYKM, where KY and Km are proper quotient of activity coefficients and of moleculities respectively. Since the Ys depend on composition, shows that Km depends on composition. In dilute real solution, all the Ys approach unity. Ky approach unity and Km approaches Ka. Okay, activities in electrolytic solution. The problem of defining activities is somewhat more complicated in electrolytic solution than in solution of non-electrolytics. Solution of strong electrolytes exhibit marked deviation from ideal behavior even at concentration well below those at which a solution of a non-electrolytic would behave in the ideal dilute way. The determination of activities and activity coefficient has a correspondingly greater importance for solution of strong electrolytes. To simplify the notation as much as possible, a subscript as will be used for the properties of the solvent symbols without subscript revert to the solute subscripts. Positive and negative revert to the properties of the positive and negative ions. Consider a solution of an electrolytic that is completely dissociated into ions by the additivity rule. The Gibbs energy of the solution should be the sum of the Gibbs energy of the solvent. The positive and the negative ions have the formula G equal NS mu S plus N positive mu positive plus N negative mu negative. If each mole of the electrolytic dissociates into phi positive ions and phi negative ions. Freezing point depreciation and the mean ionic activity coefficient. The relation between the freezing point depreciation 0 and the mean ionic activity coefficient is obtained easily. The values of Y positive negative are nearly independent of the kind of ions in the compound so long as the compounds are of the same valence type. For example, KCl and NaBr have nearly the same activity coefficients at the same concentration as do K2SO4 and CaNO3 dua kali. In section, we shall see that the theory of Debye and Huckel predicts that in a sufficiently dilute solution, the mean ionic activity coefficient should depend only on the charges on the ions and their concentration, but not on any other individual characteristic of the ions. Any of the colligative properties could be used to determine the activity coefficients of a dissolved substance, whether it is an electrolyte or non-electrolyte. The freezing point of depression is much used because this experiment requires somewhat less elaborate equipment than any of the others. It has the disadvantage that the values of Y can be obtained only near the freezing point of the solvent. The measurement of vapor pressure does not have this drawback, but is more difficult to handle experimentally. The method of obtaining mean ionic activity coefficient from measurements of the potential of electrochemical cells is described. The electrochemical method is usually handled experimentally and it can be used at any convenient temperature. This diagram for mean ionic activity coefficient as function of M1/2. The Debye-Huckel theory of the structure of dilute ionic solution. At this stage, it is worthwhile to describe the constitution of ionic solution in some detail. The solid in dilute solution of non-electrolyte is adequately described thermodynamically by the equation mu equal mu plus RT ln M. The chemical potential is a sum of two terms. The first, mu null, is independent of composition, and the second depends on the composition. Is very good for most non-electrolyte up to concentration as high as 0,1 m, and for many others it does well at even higher concentration. From the formula, where the extra grip energy represented by the term VRT ln Y positive negative is mainly the result of the energy of interaction of the electrical charges on the ions. Since in 1 mole of the electrolyte there are V and A ions, this interaction energy is, on the average, KT ln Y positive negative per ion, where the Boltzmann constant K equal R per Na. The van der Waals forces acting between neutral particles of solvent and non-electrolyte are weak and are effective only over very short distance. The Debye-Huckel theory provides an accurate representation of the limiting behavior of the activity coefficient in dilute ionic solution. In addition, it yields a picture of the structure of the ionic solution. We have alluded to the fact that the negative ions cluster a little closer to a positive ion than do positive ions, which are pushed away. In this sense, every ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of oppositely charged ions. The total charge on this atmosphere is equal, but opposite in sign to that on the ion. Equilibria in ionic solution. From the Debye-Huckel limiting law, we find a negative value of in y positive negative, which confirm the physical argument that the interaction with other ions lowers the Gibbs energy of an ion in an electrolytic solution. This lower Gibbs energy means that the ion is more stable in solution than it would be if it were not charged. The extra stability is measured by the term Kt ln y positive negative in the expression for the chemical potential. Now we examine the consequence of this extra stability into simple cases: the ionization of a weak acid and the solubility of a sparingly soluble salt. Like this formula, the equilibrium constant is the equation of the activities, and by definition we have AH plus equal Y plus NH plus and I mean equal Y negative Mi negative, AHA equal WHI MHI. So that this formula, where we have used the relation y positive y negative equal y quadrat positive negative if the total molality of the acid is m and the degree of dissociation is alpha. Last, if we show that the solubility is increased by the ionic interaction by the same reasoning as we used in discussing the dissociation of a weak acid, we can show that in 0,1 molar solution of an inert electrolyte such as KNO3, the solubility will be increased by 25%. This increase in solubility produced by an inert electrolyte is sometimes called salting in. The effect of an inert electrolyte on the solubility of a salt such as BaSO4 would be much larger because of the larger charges on the Ba2 plus and SO4 main ions. The salt effect on solubility produced by an inert electrolyte should not be confused with the decrease in solubility effect by an electrolyte that contains an ion in common with the sparingly soluble salt. In addition to acting in the opposite sense, the common ion effect is enormous compared to the effect of an inert electrolyte. Okay guys, if I have many wrong words from the presentation, I'm so sorry about that. For God, I beg forgiveness. Akhirul kalam. Nuhun wal kolami wa mayasurun. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Don't forget for like, comment, and subscribe, and share my video on your social media. Thank you guys.